So first off, as stated, we do have a little rant to do about eBay. We're not very happy with them at the moment.
No, I mean, I don't know how many of you have received this new email from eBay saying about the way returns are being done is being managed, and it's non-optional. You will be involved in it if you're on eBay, full stop. Basic of it, as I can work it out, is you no longer can not give people their money back. If they say something is, for instance, oh, this is not as described, automatically eBay will give them a free postage stamp that you will pay for. I believe it's from £2.78 area.
So returns are priced from £2.78.
And obviously that will come out of your money, and the buyer will get that free and send the stuff back to you, and you have to then send it. You remember, you just paid this £2.78 plus whatever it is on how much it costs. On top of that, you then have to give the buyer all their money back, including the original postage. So you're actually going to be out on money.
Oh, that's just it.
This is only one of two things they were talking about doing. Well, but that's one they're definitely doing.
On another note on that, actually, I've just read down the bottom here. It actually says even if UK law doesn't require you to actually offer returns on certain items, for example, a consumable, eBay are now saying that they may ask you to go above and beyond the legal minimums to offer, as they call it, even better service for their buyers.
And one of the things I also come across with them is they're now trying to say, well, what if I've got my own courier and I've already got my, I've already made a deal with them for my prices, can I use my own courier to send stuff back? And the answer is no.
You have to go through eBay. This is a company that obviously started off with charging you fees for listing on their website, which is fair enough. Then they brought the company to do the payment processing, so they're now getting an extra bit out of that.
And you have to use PayPal on your listings.
To use PayPal, and now they're turning into even more of a dictatorship because now you have to go through their returns couriers.
Yeah, and believe it or not, chaps, it gets even worse still, because they're still talking about using this other method. If it's like, say, like you, for instance, wanted to sell your item, and you. Oh, do you know, I can't be bothered to send it abroad. I'm only going to put it up UK listing only. eBay can come along and say, oh, that's actually eligible for an international system. So what they will then do is change your listing without your consent, and then your item can sell abroad. And then what they will do is they will cancel off your postage part of your listing. They will then tell you to send the item to their UK centre at your cost, whereupon they will charge the buyer the cost to send it from there over to their country. So you're not even allowed to say, I want to sell this in the UK only, which I think is disgusting.
I have actually seen a bit of a flaw in there, because when you go through the FAQ on this global shipping program that they're saying it's optional now. They are saying it's optional, that you can't opt out of it, but they're saying that by going through it you guarantee that your ratings are going to be good, which if you read between the lines, your ratings are not going to be able to be 5-star unless you're offering this.
Unless you're present. But then also they've actually, I mean, the idea is if you decide you don't want to send it, generally is it's too heavy, it's too bulky,
or too valuable.
And they're saying, right, well, what will happen is it'll be, you can have 50 by 50 by 50 centimetre size. If not, then obviously you'll be let off the hook. So you've got to make sure everything's too big for the service.
Just going to stop buying in massive boxes. But the other thing is, I've noticed, I mean, I personally don't do it, but I've noticed that some people do actually do just 24-hour listings for their items.
Yeah.
Which does lead me on to this bit, because under the global shipping program they've stated that it will be an eligible listing if it fits within them dimensions, within that weight, then it will be available for their global shipping. And they say that they'll email you 48 to 72 hours before they decide to opt in your eligible listings. Now, how are they going to do that with the 24-hour listings? Are they going to stop you before you post it up?
And just to move on just quickly, the next piece on it is their click and collect. I don't know if you noticed that something's creeping.
Oh, I did read a little bit of that,
Yeah,
but I was already far too annoyed with them over that one.
Yeah, so but no, I've actually done a little bit of research on that, and it's a similar sort of process. They will look at your listings, and they'll say, this item you're sending, right? Argos were prepared to accept that as a click and collect, or anywhere else.
I have seen that.
The other places that they use.
Argos, yeah.
It's not just Argos; it's other places as well. And then what they will do, they will change your listing to a click and collect listing, and then you will send your item once sold to this click and collect centre at your cost. Again, they will cancel the shipping. So again, your item sold for £5, say, they will take £2-3 of that out of your own money to send it to this click and collect centre.
Right, now, what if you're using a courier that will charge you extra if you send it to a commercial address?
You're not allowed to use anything other than what they tell you to use. On the click and collect, you'd have to send it to wherever they tell you to send it to. That's it. End of.
That is absolutely diabolical.
So there you go. We're not the greatest fan. We do our eBay challenges.
We do.
But we do not actually abide by everything eBay does. We do not like what they do.
In fact, even less now, definitely.
I mean, I've had experience of what they do. Like if you get behind on a payment for something that I actually sold abroad, which is why I personally don't like sending abroad. I've got nothing against people abroad, it's just I don't like sending abroad. I sold an item, the person reversed the payment after it left the country. Now I had nothing to do with it. eBay refused to refund me, PayPal refused to refund me, it put me in arrears with PayPal, and then what they did is they took my money that I supposedly owed them, this debt, and converted it to a different currency, and then converted it back again when the rates would change. And the money actually was just slowed, even though no more had gone on, it would effectively going up and up and up because they kept switching it between currencies until it was a ridiculous amount. In the end, I just threatened with legal action, stuck 2 fingers up to them and refused to pay them. I still haven't paid them, and I will not pay them.
Yeah, it's a joke. So that's